Sorry mom if you see this. Hey everyone, welcome to a new video. Before I start anything, I just want to say Happy New Year to you guys, and hopefully you guys had some great holidays, a great Christmas, a great New Year. I hope you guys got to spend some time with your family and friends and your loved ones, because I know I had a great last couple of months with my family this year. If this is your first time here on my channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button so you guys can be notified every time I post, and you guys can see every video that I'm going to be uploading. And I know I've vlogged so much on uploading. It's been probably like 2 months since I've uploaded, but honestly it's been because of kind of busy. Also, I've never kind of like got around to making the videos, and also I just kind of got lazy, and so I'm trying to work on it. So I'm sorry about that, but I promise that I have all these videos that I want to make, so it's just kind of like me putting them into motion. But I promise you guys I'm working on it, so go ahead and click that subscribe button so you guys can see all the upcoming videos. And I know it's a brand new year with new chances and new opportunities. Before I move on with all these new things that are gonna happen on 2020, I wanted to, you know, like recap, not really recap, but kind of like go on the highlights, my highlights of 2019, and all the great things that happened, the good, the bad, just, you know, the most memorable things, you know? So let's go ahead and get started, and let's go ahead and recap this year. Alright, so starting off, the number one thing that I'm really proud of myself for doing, and, you know, kind of like pat myself in the back about it, is actually uploading and starting my YouTube channel. I've just lagged on making it. I've always wanted to, and if you guys were one of the few people that have been subscribed since like the very beginning, you know that I tried to start my YouTube channel like way in March, but that was a total flop. So we're just kind of like, we're gonna act like that never happened. So we just erased that, and I just wanted to start fresh. But yeah, so I finally got around to like actually creating videos and doing all these things. And honestly, I think what motivated me to do that was buying my camera, because I wanted to, I mean, I could always have to use my iPhone, but I felt very, I don't know, like I just felt like it was very like low quality, and like all these, you know, like all these little things. But I felt like if I bought my camera, like it was gonna like push me to make videos. Like, I have the camera here, might as well make videos. If not, I just wasted money. You know, like that type of mentality that I kind of like forced upon myself. So I don't know, I'm kind of glad I did that. Alright, so another big highlight of last year was me being able to attend Ariana Grande's Sweetener World Tour. If you guys don't know, I'm a really big Ariana Grande fan. I just love her music, herself, and just I love everything about her. So when I got the opportunity to go, I was just shook beyond measure. It was actually really fun. We went all the way to LA, in the LA Staples Center, this huge center, convention center, and it had millions of people inside. But I had a lot of fun. Got to hear her sing all my favorite songs, her new album, both of her albums, some of her old songs. And overall, I just had a really great time, and if I could do it, I would do it all over again. Alright, the next really cool highlight of last year was me being able to participate in a short film. So if you guys have me on social media, you guys probably have seen me post about it on like my Instagram stories and little things like that. I'm not able to share too much or like share the full short film yet, because it's still being, I guess you could say, evaluated, because it was a student short film that we made, I made at my college, and it was gonna be submitted into festivals. So because of that, I wasn't able to share as much as I'd like, you know. So I tried to share little bits and pieces about it, but it was a really cool experience. Process of like filming, makeup, costume, it was really cool to experience. I remember that I sat in a chair for probably like 2 hours while they were doing like my makeup, and they were doing my costume, and they were putting all these like jewels on me. As you guys see in this picture right here, that looks like a lot of work, and it was. But overall, it was really fun. I would love to do another short film, but what I do know from that short film is that it did get selected to be shown at a film festival in Argentina. So that's really cool. I'm still waiting to hear back from the director of the short film to see how everything went. But yeah, so that was a really cool experience. All right, now another not so great moment of last year, but I think it's like one of the most iconic moments of last year for me was getting arrested. So basically this whole story happened in TJ. When I went, me and my friend, we went to TJ, and my friend he smokes weed and all that, but every time we go to TJ, he knows that he has to clean out his car for any drugs, things like that, you know, the usual. There can't be like residues or whatever, because they'll usually like, you know, like make it a big deal. So me and him, we were coming back to San Diego, and we start getting closer to like the officer that's gonna be checking our passport or whatever, and the officer walks around with the ones with the canine dogs. We see an officer walking around with the canine dog, and the dog just starts like barking and starts like sniffing around, and he's just like smelling the car. And at that point I was like, oh my god, like, I forgot to mention, I had gone with him before we went to TJ to clean out his car, so I kind of knew that like it was clean, but I was just like, are you sure? Did we miss anything? So we start, the panic started to settle in. So we get to the officer, and then like he kind of saw the dog was like kind of being like a little like suspicious about the car. So they ended up sending us to second inspection, and that's where it all kind of went down. So right before they asked us to pop the hood, the trunk, and they were searching, and then they still hadn't asked us to get out the car. The officer tells my friend, and he's like, hey, like you know, like, I get it sometimes, like, if you off the bat, he tells him, hey, I can just tell by the way your car kind of smells that I know that you smoke weed, and like that's cool and all, like, just, you know, but like, you know, you can't have any residue, any gram, whatever, blah 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 blah. And my friend's like, yeah, like, my car is clean, like, we made sure we clean it, there's nothing here. He's like, okay, he's like, are you sure? And my friend's like, yeah, I'm sure. And he's like, I'm asking you one more time, are you sure? And my friend's like, yeah, I'm sure. So he's like, all right then. He's like, I'm gonna have you guys all step out of the car. So then me and him, we step out of the car, and we're like waiting behind like this thing. If you guys own a car, when you guys drive, in the driver's seat on the bottom left, there's like a little compartment like around your leg area where you can put like little papers or whatever. Well, my friend, he has like a Bible there. He has some air fresheners. He has a picture of his mom. But I guess out of like a little nook of that little compartment, he had a little canister with like a little bit of weed inside the car. So immediately me and my friend were just like standing on the side, and we're looking at the officer, and he pulls the canister out, and it has like, you know, like a little, like very little weed inside, and he pulls it out, and me and my friend are like, oh damn. I remember I was like, oh fuck. And so then the officer just goes off. Like, he looks at that and he's triggered. Like, so you lied to us. He's like, I asked you twice. He's like, and you're lying to us? It sent like red flags everywhere, because like he asked us and we said no. And we completely like blatantly said no like more than twice. So to them it seemed like we were lying. And then the fact that he had like all these like air fresheners like next to it, to them they thought we were trying to like mask the smell of the weed. So they call my friend over to the driver's side, and he's like, so you're lying to us? He's like, you know, that's this is illegal, blah 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 blah. And so then the officer tells my friend, he's like, can I have you turn around and put your hands behind your back? So when he does that, I see him pull out the handcuffs, and he starts getting detained, you know. Between me being shook and nervous, I kind of just like started like kind of like this, or like smiling, kind of laughing, but not really. And so then I'm just like, and then I just kind of start laughing. And then there's another officer behind me, and he says, oh, I wouldn't be laughing. He's like, because you're getting arrested too. He's like, can I have you put your hands behind your back? And at that point I was like, I was like, what? Oh, there I am, hands behind my back. We have the handcuffs and everything, and they walk us to like inside like the facility. They take our fingerprints, they do all these things, and meanwhile in my head I'm freaking out, because I'm just like, am I gonna have to call my mom to pick me up? Because my mom can be a little scary. So, and they sit us down, and I'm just like handcuffed to like a bench, like, this was, also keep in mind, this was like at 3 in the morning. So I'm just like handcuffed to a bench. There's like, and then me and my friend are separated, but it's like this big empty room. It's just like benches along the side. So I'm making, like, my friend's just across the room and I'm looking at him and he's looking at me, and there's like drunk people on my left side, people cracked out on my right side. So it was just a very uncomfortable feeling. And I remember I was there like for a couple of hours before they told me that I was good to go, but that I had to sit I had to be in a room waiting for my friend to be, you know, released before like they checked all his records and whatever, make sure, you know. Ultimately he ended up getting a $500 fine, but I didn't end up waiting for him all night. But I also did not call my mom because I didn't want my mom to figure it out or to even know, because she wouldn't probably like go off on me. So I ultimately had made the decision of calling my friend, and my really good friend came to pick me up. I love her for that. But yeah, it was just a wild, embarrassing moment. But yeah, my friend was fine. He ended up just getting a $500 fine, and that was that. But yeah, that was definitely not the best moment of 2019, but also the most iconic moment because I've never had to go through anything like that ever in my life. But you live and you learn. And now lastly, my favorite memory of last year was going to the Kiana Lede's Myself Tour concert. If you guys don't know who Kiana Lede is, she is a new upcoming artist. She's kind of been in the music industry for a bit now, but she hasn't, I feel like last year was her year and she popped off, like, actually. So yeah, so she was doing her first tour. And me and my friend Demaje, we were really big fans of her, with all her old music, with her new music, or whatever. So when we heard that she was gonna start her tour, we purchased VIP tickets, and those tickets were really cool. I got the chance to meet her, and she's really sweet. She's like super short too, and she's really scrawny, but she's a bad bitch. But yeah, it was a really great experience. That was my second concert also, because the Ariana Grande concert was my first concert ever. The concert was really fun. I got to meet her. I got to talk to her. We were really close to the stage. It was literally the stage, one row of people, and then we're the second row. So in this little video, I was really close. I'm pretty sure I made eye contact with her 5 times during the whole concert, so that's more than enough that I ever needed. But yeah, I had a really great time. Alright guys, so enough of me talking. I think this is where I'm gonna stop the video. I'd like to thank you guys for sticking around, if you guys stuck around this long, to hear me talk about the great moments of my life last year and the not so great moments. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.